I now have the pleasure to introduce our second Class Day speakers, one of my good buddies and probably the swaggiest dude on campus, Jamaji Wanaji and Weera. The title of Jamaji's speech is All Along the Way.
Congratulations. You made it. In the end, I was so sure that all of those sacrifices would be worthwhile. Many of us have or will hear phrases just like this. And absolutely, you have worked hard and you should be celebrated. However, after over 3 million deaths worldwide, after the last 16 or so months of fear, suffering, isolation, and economic strife, it seems inappropriate, even disrespectful, if we don't stop to add a bit more to those words of commendation. In all honesty, we have long praised resilience, hailing those who were strong and, despite the obstacles, found or made a way. Yet, the COVID-19 pandemic has helped more of us realize what many others have long known. Just because a person doesn't make it to the finish line doesn't always mean that he or she didn't work as hard as those who did. And more importantly, those of us who do cross the finish line, along with those of us who recognize and hail resilience, have a responsibility. A responsibility to work towards the removal of systemic barriers that, in spite of their drive, willpower, and efforts, hold so many people back. These ideas should be important in business, law, or any field of study. But these ideas should be especially important to professionals who work every day to heal others. We often reflect on the vulnerability of our patients, how we serve them, offering them strength in their moments of suffering. But during this pandemic, when stockpiles of masks and other protective equipment ran low, new light was shown on our vulnerability. But in all honesty, despite any prestige that our profession may have, we have always been vulnerable. We will always be vulnerable. And in this most recent moment of vulnerability, it was everyday people who we did not even know, who heeded stay-at-home orders, refrained from buying medical masks, donated masks, and did so much more to help keep us safe. They didn't wait for us to walk across the stage before they helped. They helped us, then and there, in our moment of need. So to our friends, family, loved ones, and those who we have never met, thank you for celebrating with us in this moment. But even more, thank you for all that you did all along the way. Your actions demonstrate what we all should now know, that the practice of medicine extends well beyond what happens in a hospital. Through our everyday actions, we are in an ongoing state of being in service with each other. That is, perpetually being in service of and being served by each other. That's how this thing called life works. And none of us ever does it all alone. And because we're in this together, we all have a responsibility to make sure that we speak out and act to make life more equitable for all of us. We all have a responsibility to figure out how to eliminate gun violence, including police violence against unarmed persons. We all have a responsibility to eradicate racism that has for far too long kept able and willing persons from entering and graduating from medical school and having a fair shot in anything else that they pursue. Even if you don't know these people, even if you will never face the exact obstacles they face, we all still have a responsibility to address inequities in our society, not later, but right now, in this present moment of need. As onerous as these feats may sound, I remain hopeful because many of us have already started doing this important work as students. Even when the path gets rough, remain steadfast and know that you are never alone. My name is Jumaji Wanaji Enwera, a proud member of the Harvard Medical School graduating class of 2021. And to each of you, I say, congratulations, you made it. Sure, all of those efforts appear to be worth it here at the end. But hopefully, we also worked and continue to work in service with those around us to make those same efforts worthwhile all along the way. Thank you and Godspeed.